It is you. Most definitely not anyone else. Salutations and hello and whatnot. Horrible hells. I better lay low. Lower than low. Under low. Gotta keep low.
It's not even any gods.
What if they build a machine?
Somewhere warm and safe.
I'm here.
This place is real shabby. But at least folk don't look at...
Is to keep watch. I know you have.
Don't mind it. Honestly.
Chin up, hun. I've got just the cure.
Blood you noticed earlier still...
None of them.
Shouldn't have wished to live in more interesting times. These tunnels were full of shapeshifters. Father Lorgan's name is written here too. A list of names. Father Lorgan's on here, crossed off. A target list, perhaps. Those organs in these vials. Yuck. Excellent progress.
What a day. Should be easy.
Intestines throb, blood whispers.
Brothel? Pleasure house? Den of decadent delights? You've been pulling all-nighters to keep watch. I know you have. Which means we're getting...
Looking ahead.
Rude.
Birthday boy's just nervous, but don't worry. Everyone in Sharess's caress is a professional.
Stage in a brothel.
From decadent drow to whip-cracking librarians, we cater to all tastes. See Mamselle Amira for a full list of company.
Pleasure isn't just physical, it's a state.
Forget your worries. Indulge yourself. A weary traveller, battered and bruised, you come for sustenance, no, decadence. A mien cool as ice, yet eyes burning hot. Oh yes, I know your bliss. A sturdy dwarf, a leather whip, she gives, you receive. Or have I misjudged you? Of course you wouldn't. Who can resist the pleasure of the strap once leather meets flesh? It's Fionn you seek, our stern librarian. She isn't here today, alas. Your penance must wait. Well, we've other ways to fill your void. A drink for one, a pair of drow for another. Choose your sin. Swissing. I'm no fortune teller. If I had a crystal ball, I promise I'd already have consulted it. Truth is, Fionn's gone well missing. And my hands may be skillful, but they were not made to turn every last stone she might be hiding behind. To service is my calling, not to be served. But I'd be a fool to say no. The girl kept my coffers near overflowing. 2 flights up, then turn right, and right again. That's Fionn's pleasure room, Elminster's library. Here, take the key. I'm listening. Nisha, our lovely nymph. She's engaged in the nymph's grotto on the top floor, sweeting. The client's a favorite of hers, too. I doubt you'll be able to tear her away. But we are blessed to have a devil in residence at the moment. A temporary guest. But he asked that I send any potential clients his way. Everyone who's paid a visit looks quite changed by the experience. Indeed he did. Raphael. exceedingly handsome, and with a voice that could make the foulest blasphemy seem the sweetest hymn. Murdered! Ye gods, the poor thing! Oh, by the mother of cats, I pray she didn't suffer. I'll miss that face. Else, the regulars will miss her more. They swarmed her like honeybees at the hive. Oh. Losing Fionn slashed a big hole in my coin purse. I should get to replacing her. I have little coin, but I offer sin in abundance. Talk with the Drow twins in the tap room. They're legends among the regulars, almost myths. Tell them they're your gift from the Mamselle, and let them show you why. Anything else on your mind, sweeting?
Now, that there's a face I'd remember if I'd seen it. Welcome to Sharess's Caress. What can Hoots do for you, stranger? You got a taste for ale, I reckon? Ah, forget it. My new brew could drop you in the wink of a spectator's eye. Don't know about that, chum. Hoots Hooch packs a stronger wallop than all 10 of my knuckles. Could beef you up, sharpen your tongue, or knock you out cold. No telling till the first drop hits your gullet. Damn! The man knows what he wants. First one's on the house. So, don't come bawling to me if your big toes fall off or your tongue coils in a knot. My business is slinging tankards, not hoarding secrets. I'd like to keep it that way. Sharess Caress, the mamsel's brainchild. Wet your tongue, soak your skin, scratch your itch. Get the attention you want and avoid the attention you don't. Have a look. All set, are you?
You're looking parched, sweetheart. Another tankard?
Else, darling. Another sip and I'm like to spill over. But other hankering for spicier flavours. How about you give me a taste? What'd you say, doll? Have a sit on my lap. Let's see what pops up.
Darling, how you set me a quiver. You are a beast among men. No, a dragon, setting my phoenix nest aflame. I shall slake your thirst, dragon. You will part your lips and drink of my essence.
Oh, I will drink your essence.
Hoots, order up! Another tankard for the fist.
My hands. You want a drink? Hoots is your woman.
Come to pay your respects to the real lady of the house, I see. What a clever creature you are. It's your lucky day. I am receiving compliments at this time, and you are most welcome to make an offering. Oh, you flatterer. But you are, of course, correct. My tale is quite the marvel. The unwashed rabble who frequent this establishment have much to learn from your deference, and I must suffer their foibles alone. But they do say a burden shared is a burden halved. The Drow, two of our most popular courtesans. A night with them seems to be rather life-changing, if you can afford it. Of course, they are siblings, but judging from the throngs of clients they draw, most of the city is as disgusting as they are. Can't you hear from here? They're talking about the new top cat in the criminal underbelly. Go and listen for yourself. As for them personally, one never washes and instead douses himself with rose oil, while the other can't hold his drink. That's rather a broad topic. We get all sorts here. But there is one frequent visitor whose very presence offends me. He dresses fabulously, but stinks of the hells. Something infernal, to be sure. Abhorrent. My favorite ungainly animal.
I barely got a moment's sleep last night. And no.
Is that human boy insisting on playing his acoustic lute version of High House of Wonders?
You can stare as much as you like.
Especially for you.
I want to give it a good rumple.
This might end up being the first day in years I end with my hand alone.
A new face? Looking for another chapter of dirty lore for your biography?
You have but to ask, and we can grant you a moment of pleasure. Don't be shy. Silly. We are the gift. One free ride with me or my brother.
Or
Perhaps you have greater ambitions yet. Trust me, you don't want to miss my signature Mesobaranzan love trick.
And is that your partner with you? What a gorgeous couple. Perhaps we could come to an agreement. Well, There are two of us, aren't there? Use your imagination.
I don't like to share. Lay a finger on them, and I'll cut you. I was talking about cutting you.
Couldn't get us off your mind, could you? Return to us if you have a lover willing to take...
I barely got a moment.
You have the key to my heart in that.
Is that human born?
Forget your work done, especially if the wolves are aware.
Not that type of service down here, love. I've got a husband. And you ain't my type. Yeah, I've heard it all before, Pudding. Now clear off.
The two men bark softly to each other. A single name reaches your ears. Nine Fingers. It's a name you know. Nine Fingers is the head of the Guild, a criminal organization operating inside Baldur's Gate.
Oh, yeah. Seems everyone's got business with her. Heard the gal met her match.
The new kingpin? All meat and muscle, that one. And wild as a werebear. If he's looking to oust Nine Fingers, my blade's got his back.
Sounds messy as the ninth hell. Must be why she called us to help.
Is that right? The way I heard it, you Zent cut a deal with the new... Hold on. Hey, you still lurking about? I don't remember inviting you to the party. Look, this subject's not safe. You selling your services, beat feet to the Guildhall. Lower City, Basilisk Gate, Guildhall. And that's all you're getting from me. Now scram!
Another case closed, another bottle open. Huzzah to Valeria!
Hang on a tick. I recognize that face. You were talking to Yanis after I left the temple. I'll bet she's put you up to something. Why must you busybodies... Ugh, you remind me of Devella. Fine. If you doubt my conclusions, out with it. What have you found? A Baal plot. You as well? Devella's been harping on about Baal for months. Fancies herself something of an expert. I assumed it was just a bunch of conspiracy codswallop and fear-mongering. But she's been unusually insistent about this one. Fine. I'll bite. What's your theory? No need to wave documents at me. Constable Devella is going to be... Since you seem to be on an obnoxiously similar wavelength, why don't you seek her out? She'll be at... Oh, and you'll need this part. Well...
put it on especially for you. Do you think we've done something wrong?
We are not in trouble. Remember our vow to keep one another safe. When the music stops, you and I continue dancing. Boring, insisting on playing this acoustic version of High House.
Sharess's caress isn't just about wetting your whistle. It's dancing, dinner,
Tell me, am I beautiful?
More than beautiful. You are the aurora stretched across the north skies. You are the golden dunes swept across the Kalim. You are the fruit of the forbidden palm, soft on my skin, sweet on my tongue. You are my sin and salvation.
Your parasite stirs, and you gaze at the nymph through the flaming fist's hungry eyes. Your muscles shiver with her longing. Your skin burns with her heat.
Jara.
What are you? Wait, I know you.
I most certainly do. Jara is the most valued.
Your face. The Absolute has shown me.
Jara, what's going on? Who's this man?
Your head screams in agony. The change has come. Pustules boiling beneath your skin, your bones twisting, your flesh rupturing. And suddenly, silence.
What's happening?
Break them.
Gods, it's hot in here. Over there. Ready for battle. Onward.
I'd heard tales of mind flayers, talons sharp as daggers, and tentacles yet more fearsome. But no tale did justice to its ethereal beauty. It floats like a butterfly. Its blood shimmers like silver. Who? Oh, yes, Jara. I will miss her coin, it's true. Though perhaps this is not what you... Free your mind of her.
Her gaze intensifies. Your breath quick. The woman's senses are heightened and her fire stoked. The mind flayer is no mere curiosity, but an object of desire.
Why should I deny it? My urge is as natural as the grape upon the vine. But perhaps there are other flavors that might satisfy my palate. Rapture. Close your eyes and listen.
You see only darkness. Her voice shines through it, warmer than the sun, yet cooler than night.
The all-being. Here, there is no suffering. Here, you want for nothing. Here, you are anything. You have one word. Tell me, what will you be? You are sane. Time dances on in sequence. The winding path of time evens and becomes straight. With a quiet head, you can once again hear the song of the birds and the wind in the grass. You pluck a flower, and it does not bleed.
Your flesh shivers, your heart bursts. True ecstasy for one fleeting moment.
Open your eyes. I'll remember you, and you'll remember me. If you seek rapture, find it elsewhere. I can show you.
Best think ahead or I'm lost. Carefully now.
Exactly. Pleasure.
Let's have a look at myself.
I'm glad you came. Not to my door, not yet, but to the final reckoning. One more thing before we begin, though.
For the first time since the Nautiloid, your mind is clear. It's unsettling.
I gave you back your privacy by shutting that illithid in your pocket out of your mind. It can't hear us.
Huh. What's the catch?
Oh, calm. It's the reason you're in this predicament. And I'm your only way out of it. Indulge me, and at least hear me out. I'll admit, you've impressed me. I wasn't sure you'd make it this far. But no matter how far you come, you're still on the road to ruin. A road that leads directly to a confrontation with the Elder Brain. At best, it will kill you, and everyone else in this city. At worst, it will assimilate you, and you won't have enough free will left to even wish you were dead. You have the key to destroying it in the palm of your hand, though. Very perceptive. Yes. I can give you the means to break him free. I suppose you'd rather suck on the Emperor's tentacles till the end of your days? Orpheus is your only hope of surviving this horror show without devolving into an illithid. To you, he will be a friend. After all, you're at war with an Elder Brain. No. Orpheus is the only reason you're still alive. The Emperor is abusing the gift for its own ends. And it's doing the same to you. You're nothing more than the beast of burden that will transport it to the Elder Brain. An ox requires food, and the occasional beating to keep it moving. You are simpler. The Emperor's words serve as both carrot and stick.
Perhaps it is true that Orpheus would ally with you against the Elder Brain. But if he proves uncooperative once free, you may have to kill him.
The Orphic Hammer. An artifact capable of shattering the chains that hold Prince Orpheus is held securely in my House of Hope, even now. Such an eager little pup. Surely you realize there is an exchange to be made. You scratch my back, I scratch your parasite.
There it is. Of course.
You really do think highly of yourself. My sights are set on something much more valuable than your soul. Succulent though it would be. I want the crown that dominates the Elder Brain. Better to have it in my hands, and far from your precious world, than in the hands of the gods and monsters that fight over this city's soul. Power. Ancient and full of wonder. I have craved it ever since the arch-wizard Carsus created it, long centuries ago, and brought doom to the Empire of Netheril. That was the great age of humanity, and Netheril's flying sky cities were the apex of civilization. I was there the day it all fell apart. Entire cities plummeted from the sky, like angels with broken wings. The screams, oh, the screams. Hundreds of thousands of people watching in horror as the ground came up to meet them. It was not a happy meeting, and Carsus was responsible. Not driven by malice, but by ambition. He forged a crown imbued with all the powers of magic. A crown that would make any who wore it a god. Men cannot contain so much power. The crown destroyed its creator, and his empire fell with him. Carsus's folly, the bards and scholars call it. I call it hope. The hope of creating a better world, and the perils of unchecked hubris. I knew then that the folly of mortals could be the triumph of devils, and that I could use that crown to unite the Nine under one Archdevil Supreme. Me.
Zariel wouldn't like that much. But even I'm not so desperate to spite her I'd put the hells in this bastard's hands.
I am no mortal, and I do not fail. The archdevil Mephistopheles snatched up the crown and squirreled it away in one of his vaults. He is not more than a frigid archivist. So much power and potential kept inert. He made a miracle into a museum piece. I raged. But only for a decade or so. Then I waited, ever watching for more than 1,000 years, for a mistake, a mishap, a misadventure. And these chosen, who have caused you so much trouble accidentally, did me a favor. They brought the crown back into play. Yes, it does. Especially when I see what a bloody mess they've made of their whole scheme. They must have raided Mephistopheles' vault. Impressive, I must admit. But they'll be dead soon. If you don't kill them, the Elder Brain will. It doesn't have feelings in the way you'd understand them. But it seems rather angry. It is inevitable. When you destroy the brain, and you will because you must, the crown will be yours for the taking. And when that moment comes, you give the crown to me. In exchange, I give you the hammer now.
A simple transaction, it seems, but it's more than that. He's offering you an alternative to the mind flayer in your head. Take Raphael's deal and you could free Orpheus. With Orpheus free, you would have no need to rely on the Emperor. But there's no guarantee that Orpheus would be on your side. And if you take the deal, you'll have to fulfill it. You'll have to deliver the crown of Carsus to the devil himself. He claims his ambition is to unite the Hells, but can he be trusted to stop there? Do you trust him more than you trust the Emperor?
Oh, I'm sorry, you were serious? The crown has laid low all who attempt to harness its power. Archwizards, emperors, gods. It would tear you apart. How short-sighted. Much better to put it into the right hands. Hands that will ensure it is removed from this world. And it's the only way you can ensure that you remain part of this world.
What? You can't be serious.
Right here, you'll find everything is in order. The moment I have your signature, you will have the means to free Orpheus. The hammer. You guarantee the crown will be mine once the brain is defeated, and I swear that I will never use the crown to dominate a mortal. I will come to collect. If you refuse to give me the crown, I collect your souls instead. And then we all gather in the House of Hope. Me dressed in my finest silks, you skinless, hanging from a hook to watch as your world dies. I won't stop you, but time is running out. If you see reason, I'll be here, waiting, right up to the moment the world ends.
There you are. I thought I'd lost you. Something was blocking me from hearing your thoughts. Raphael. Well, thank you for your honesty. Of course, I should have known the devil would come sniffing. The stench of impending chaos is irresistible to them. And what did he want with you? How interesting. No doubt he impressed upon you the need to do so. And what did he want in return for this knowledge? Giving a devil what he wants sounds like a brilliant idea. Tell me, you turned him down. I see.
You feel the touch of the Emperor's mind peeling at the edge of yours, trying to gain access.
That is a fair request.
You feel its presence withdrawing from the fringes of your awareness.
I shall respect your privacy on this occasion. But know that if you have jeopardized our mutual project, I will be forced to recon. Now come.
Careful, I'm behind. What can we rescue? What a generous pocket. Quick and easy.
story. Need a throat slitting.
Still breathing, despite everything.
My favorite future clients. Are you ready to accept my kind offer? Still holding it? I'll wait.
Just physical. It's a state of mind.
Raphael must be raging we didn't take his deal. Luckily, his desperation made him careless. Did you hear what he said? The hammer's in his house of hope. If we wanted, we could steal it right out from under his nose. Granted, it wouldn't be easy. Devils guard their treasure by especially lethal means. We would need to find a diabolist. One worth their salt should be able to get us into that devil's lair. One last trip to Avernus. At least it'd be for a good reason, right?
The great devil grows sloppy. He makes his offer, but only after telling us where to find what we seek. I suppose we will have to see if this House of Hope is open to...
useful as the hammer would have been, I'm relieved we're not in the devil's debt. Once his kind has you under their thumb, they won't ever let you go.
Raphael thought he could outsmart us, but there are other ways to get the Orphic hammer, guaranteed. We know he keeps it in the House of Hope. If we can find a Diabolist, they could help us make our way in.
I expected Baldur's Gate to be insipid, but it's got a vicious bite. This hammer. Could it be? Yes. Yes! This is how we will free the Prince of the Comet! That smug shkacketh of a devil stores it at his vaunted House of Hope. Our destination is clear. Our mission undeniable. We must find a way into the House of Hope and retrieve the hammer. When we next enter the Astral Prism, we will use it to smash Prince Orpheus out of his prison. Mother Gith, hear my promise. Your son will rise again. The Prince of the Comet will crush the Lich Queen Vlaakith and usher in the Age of Orpheus.
So, no deal with Raphael. I wouldn't want to give him the satisfaction anyway.
Raphael can beg for a deal all he wants. The crown will be ours. I do not want a devil to hold my fate in his hands any more than a god. I say we put the devil from our minds and trust in ourselves. If anyone should have the power of the crown, it should be us. I am yours. Come to me. I could lose myself in you.
You made a good decision refusing that devil's contract. We'll speak more on this later, but suffice it to say for now, that crown is vital to our purpose here. I can only imagine what I could do were I to adopt. Certainly doesn't seem to have done you any harm. Or rather, you've not yet done me any harm. Still, there are undoubtedly risks to such a transformation. If this is what the fates have offered...
There is no deal with the devil that I would willingly partake in. Declining Raphael showed great wisdom.
rocks for brains. What were you thinking?
Yeah. You haven't even got inside yet.
Play.
Hey! You paid Raphael a visit. I want to hear all about it. Damn, Hoots! That new batch burns stronger than a pit fiend's fist.
I'll take that as a compliment.
Take it however you want. But I'll be having my usual from now on.
Something's off about this one. On your guard.
Oi! You must have slipped by me earlier. Raphael's very disappointed you turned him down. Ah, I forget we've never met. I've had my eyes and ears on you so long we feel like old friends. Carilla is my name. I'm Raphael's assistant, shall we say. He's gutted, you know. Had such high hopes for you. Cheeky. We might be in a brothel, but I'm not that kind of gal. You should reconsider, though. The boss might be a devil, but he'll treat you more honestly than anyone else in the city. Plenty. But right now, I'm talking to you openly. Mortal to mortal. If the brain wins, the Illithid Empire returns and worlds you've never even dreamed of will die. Raphael can stop it. He wants to. And he knows how. You're the key. You always have been. He's a devil. It's his nature. He needs to get his due. I won't pretend he's an altruist, but he's looked at the balance sheet. No world, no souls. And it's hard to get leverage on an Illithid. They make terrible clients. I doubt it. But even if you do, you won't survive the fight. I'd reconsider if I were you.
Isn't just about wetting your whistle. Dancing!
Finest fish caught this morning. What'll it be? Come back soon. Fresh cat.
Confuses me for a member of staff.
I'd probably break his nose. Good one.
Mate, it's your birthday. You deserve to cut loose.
The librarian does this thing with her whip where you're on a horse and just...
fresh off the easel.
The Absolute's armies lay siege. They won't care about stupid list.
Up there, Danthelin's dancing axe. The Harper's safe house Jahira mentioned.
Armor was involved in so.
Does the hand...
You're not wearing...
Darling!
To meet my mother and father.
My tools can beat anything.
Set your
Downstairs, Danthelon's dancing axe. Upstairs, the velveteen elixir.
Watching gods. But I never thought I would be happy to see this. The Harper safe house I spoke of is on the bridge at Worm's Crossing. Danthelon's dancing axe. Flattered as I am, you're fully supported as it is. At your command.
All right, what now?
Let's go to Khan's Guards. She has the most perfect for a shirt.
A hero is nothing without the right equipment. See Danthelon's dancing axe for all your adventuring needs.
Welcome to Danthelon's dancing axe. Our stock isn't used. It's tried and tested by the finest adventurers. Don't draw any trouble on old Enthal. He acts like he's up for it, but he's retired for a reason.
Greetings, sir. Your noble bearing brings a little class to my humble...
Oh, you can turn off the charm, Entharl. He's with me.
Blueberries. Thought I had a sale. You look tired, Harper.
I missed you too. They're already here?
Down below. Here's the key. You seem a nice sort, so I'll assume the insult was accidental.
Entharl's no Harper, and claims no love for those who are. But he's been known to shelter us when we need it.
Entarl has been known to charge rent. Harpers have been known to ignore him. Now go on. The short father may send me an actual paying customer today. To buy? You're already my favorite. A pleasure. Jakira needs more friends like you. Right, Tommy. You're on the door till our friends are done. Gods forbid we do any business today.
Hi, Harper. May Seluna's tears shine on this meeting.
A very formal greeting, Geraldus. You are well?
Yes. Hi, Harper. Standing beneath Seluna's tears.
The lad's a little nervous, Jaheira. We heard of your great victory against Ketheric.
I understand, Geraldus. Take a moment. And you, Harper. There is something familiar about you. Doesn't she remind you of our old friend Marcus?
Jaheira's meaning is clear. Marcus was a traitor laying a trap. The same, it seems, is happening here.
The problem with Marcus, of course. We didn't end on the best of terms.
Leave no trace.
No escape.
On your command. A wise move.
And I thought we were going to be friends. No rest. Be you wicked or wise.
Can't even catch my breath.
More scared.
rash orders?
Doppelgangers. How many has she brought to Baal's side?
There's Mark. How many more Harpers dead?
Did I get it right?
Shaluna's tears. It is said no false face can stand beneath their light. An old code, Harper. But yes, you got it right. Now I need your report.
We had eyes on suspected cultists in the city, like you asked. We thought we were tracking them, but...
They were tracking you instead, evidently. Doppelgangers.
And they're not just working with the cult, High Harper. They're part of it. Baalists, I think.
Sworn to Orin the Red, yes. We've already had the pleasure. Go on.
Everything seemed fine until your latest orders. Until we started to search for the Rashomar. They struck the same night. I woke to one of them strangling Chelvin, while smiling at me out of her face. She said... It said... that I'd report back to you as normal. Lure you here, and... I had no choice!
I'm sure it felt that way, Geraldus. The others were likely dragged back to Orin. Tortured. Sacrificed. I do not expect you to die for me. But to risk Entharl, any citizen who might have wandered in, there is always a choice. And the Harper must be able to make the hard ones. Perhaps this isn't the life for you after all, Geraldus.
No, Jaheira! High Harper, please! I'm still a Harper. I want to help!
You've scarcely signed up, boy. And there is a war coming. Why die a Harper when you could still live as anything else? I most humbly beg your pardon? You volunteer wisdom where it is not wanted. All the more galling then that you are right. This mess is of my making. I sent the Harpers hunting after the cult without thinking what it would mean to be hunted in turn. Now they are compromised. And if not for you, I wouldn't even know it. I'm sorry, Geraldus. Harper. And I owe you an apology as well. I haven't told you everything I hope to learn here today. First, Geraldus, you're the last Harper in the city I can rely on. Lay low and rest while you can. I have matters to discuss with my friend here. Orin knows the hunt. In one stroke, she places the Harpers beyond our reach. Separates us from our pack. Until we know who the false facers are, we cannot trust anyone beyond ourselves. Except Geraldus. It has been some time since anyone dared rap my knuckles like you did. No less than I deserve. I have not been overly generous with the truth. I came here to learn of the Chosen, true enough. But I set my Harper searching for someone else, too. Tell me, what do you know of a man named Minsk of Rashomon?
Your ruined brain lurches and bilious intestines squirm. A hero, an enemy most foul.
As you should. But your father can be beaten. With the right people at your side. Minsk is an old friend. Perhaps my oldest. We've fought at one another's backs times beyond counting. And the last time I saw him, I left him to die. There always is. But that is still the fundamental fact of it. Before we ever heard of this absolute, we received word of a gathering in the Undercity. What we found was the first dark seed of this plot. A circle of cultists with mind flayers in their midst. We might have ended it there, cut off at the root, but before I could send for help, Minsk charged in alone. It was chaos. He was overrun, dragged down beneath a mass of tentacles. I had a choice. Stay and let word of this cult die with us, or leave him and live to fight another day. And would again. The world takes much from those who presume to defend it. But sometimes, you get to take it back. Infection, indoctrination, eradication. That has been the fate of everyone the cult has captured so far. But it has not been yours. With your help, perhaps it need not be Minsk's either. Because I was playing the pragmatist and writing my friend off for dead, then I met you. If I seem suddenly flushed with hope and soft feeling, you have only yourself to blame. Oh, the point is moot without a means to find him. Without the Harpers, we shall have to find another path. I'll have a better idea of what that is once we're through the gates. Seems I need to reacquaint myself with this damned city.
Sounds like you've left some bodies to bury. Plus side, Enthal pays overtime.
If your lot have cracked another bloody cask,
They're dead, Enthal. Doppelgangers were using them as bait.
Seems they snared more than they could skin in you. Did Geraldus survive?
Alive. But he'll need some time to recover.
I'll tuck the boy up tight till he's ready to get back to harpering. What will you do?
Continue the hunt.
Aye. Silly question, I suppose.
About we settle on the Gondians and Fort Ashen.
You are not wearing armor to meet my mother and
Hello? Hi! Over here! Me!
Put him up! Put him up! Wait! I wasn't really gonna fight you. I was just trying something out. My name's Narber, adventurer to be, soon to be the best adventurer anyone's ever seen. As soon as I figure out what kind of adventurer I want to be. What do you think? Can I be a fighter? Right you are. I'll just find something to punch, I guess. It won't hurt, will it? No, surely not.
Moonshade fleece. Could be, could be. Ahoy, stranger! Thanks for stopping by Calm's Gums. I'm Calm. Well, Calm Med. Ugh. If it's empty patty, but if it's genuine quality and genuine taste you're after. A killer. That's gods. I've no love. Thanks for warning me, but it's him that needs warning, and he never listens to me. You wouldn't either, if you knew him like I. Since Dad died, he thinks he's cock of the bloody walk, that I should give up my shop and work for family business. For him, dick. Maybe you should keep your nose out of where it doesn't bloody belong. Now, sounds good. Get you some... Remember...
Folks.
you are not wearing armor to meet my mother and father.
Some hesitation. Speak.
Did you get a look at their dialectics? Or the task takes something like this? Let the man breathe. That watcher sent me
Does the hand not assist the lips? The lips of the child watches. If your mighty Mars needs...
I got it. And thanks.
If you are in need of some pleasurable assistance,
This is safe to take. You're absolutely sure.
Rocks for brains. What were you thinking?
I'm here. I won't let anything happen to you.
Look at you.
That cave.
The boss is expecting you. Hasn't forgotten what you did for him at Moonrise.
You think I want my clan facing down one of those walking... Only if you're quick. Now let me get...
It's you. I might have time for a catch-up later. Warbrim will want to see you. We've been taking a beating.
You look different when you're not trying to talk someone down from igniting a barrel of rune powder. Chuck your questions at Wulbrum. That's his job. I can make time for chatter after you know what's...
Locked. But there's no keyhole. Must be a switch or something nearby.
Good to see you. Wasn't sure you'd make it to the city. Regretting it yet? I spent a lot of time thinking of worst-case scenarios while I was locked in that cell you plucked me out of at Moonrise. I didn't imagine anything as bad as this. The Gondians have handed Enver Gortash the means to bring about the end of liberty in Baldur's Gate. And the citizens have rolled out the red carpet for the new tyrant. Resistance fighters are few and far between. My iron hands, what's left of the Harpers, and you, I hope. As long as our objective is the same, the reason doesn't matter to me. We have a common enemy. But neither of us gets what we want until we deal with our biggest obstacle. The Steel Watch. They're a threat to you, me, and every man, woman, and child in this city. They act all civilized, servants of the people, but they only serve one man. When he becomes Grand Duke, it will only get worse. Laws will change, freedoms will vanish, and soon you'll be accused and sentenced before you've even committed a crime. And the fucking Gondians are to blame for all of it. A tyrant's nothing without lackeys. And the Gondians, they invented the steel. They've always been happy to... They would have licked Saravok's boots. I had a plan to put a stop to them. But the way things are now, if we stick our heads above ground, the Watchers are on us like flies on shit. Same as it always is. In this case, the foundry where these atrocities... The Gondians are ingenious, but we're more than equal to them. There's nothing they can build that the Iron Hands can't tear down. I've built something unique for just that. A rune powder bomb. First of its kind. 50 wizards high on the weave couldn't summon this... Get the bomb inside the Gondian facility. And... boom. Problem solved. Ha! I knew you were the practical sort. That's why we get along. The foundry is in the lower city, down by the docks. Beautiful building, belching smoke into the sky day and night. Getting inside won't be easy, but when you do, place the bomb at the heart of the facility. Get yourself back to street level. The streets will be clear of Watchers in no time. Look, unless you...
Those things are terrifying. But they were. And I'm here now. I'm safe. Awkward, in a word. She's made it quite clear when I think about it. I'm not sure she ever... I just want to be useful, but I'm not as good at...
Now you've spoken to the big man? Good to see you. Never thought I'd meet you again, let alone fight on the same side. Glad we both made it out of Grimforge alive, and that I didn't have to use that rune powder to make a point. Larida? It would have been simpler if you'd told her I was dead. Begged me to take her back when she saw me. I made it clear there was nothing between us. And after a while, she finally got the message. Now we can both focus on what I overheard you're going to be helping us fight the good fight. Knew I would have regretted blowing you. Better get on with it then.
Your actions have consequences.
Just wetting your whistle. It's dancing, dinner.
Exactly. Pleasure isn't just physical.
Hey. You paid. Damn! I'll take it home. Something. Boy! You must have slipped. You won't come. The boss might be a devil, but he'll treat you more on. Listen, if Raphael can stop it, he won't. And it's hard to get.
I won't let anything.
I'll make you feel better. You're exhausted. You've been pulling all-nighters to keep watch. I know you have.
I don't mind it. Honestly.
Well, I do. Which means we're getting a real...
The boss is 2 days just...
Good to see. I didn't. And the resistance fighters are few and far between. My iron hands, as long as our... But not the steel. They act when he becomes... And the fucking Gondians are to... I heard about these steel watchers. One of them is the equivalent of a red dragon. There's a line where bravery becomes scared on. They've always... They would have... I had a plan to put a stop to them. Same as in this... I've built a route, get the bomb inside the Gondian... Ha! I knew you were the practical sort. That's why we get it. The foundry, the streets...
No keyhole. Must be a switch or something nearby.
Now you've spoke. Glad we both made it out of Grim. Funny. I better get on with it.
You think I want my clan
Gonna help us clear those watchers from the streets? Good. If you want peace, you don't just break the...
You know what it's like to have still...
Staying in a brothel.
Listen, it's got private room.
Exactly. Pleasure isn't just physical.
But I'll know it when I see it.
And their virility. For you.
Up there. Danfelon's dancing axe. The harmless safe house Jahira mentioned.
Did you see how far that watcher threw me?
Hi! Over here! Me!
Put him up! Put him up! Yay! You spoke to... My name's Narb. As soon as I figure out what kind of adventure I want to be. What do you think? Sure. I'll just raise my fists and... I guess old Narber's more of a talker than a fighter. Right you are. I'll just... It won't...
Hi, stranger. Thanks for stopping by. Sounds good.
Shopping for a suit. Parents, remember?
Simply this armor was such a tarnish.
Welcome to Danfelon's dancing axe. Our stock isn't used.
Greetings, sir. How may I be of service? Your father...
You break it, you...
Don't touch me.
Is that blood? No, never mind.
Greetings, sir. Your noble...
Let's have a rummage. Don't mind.
Caught in the act. Your touch.
Imagine seeing a watch pole for the first time.
Greetings, sir. Your noble...
The softest touch. Not even a challenge.
Come on, let's go.
Trust no one.
You need my expertise.
A criminal act is being investigated. You might want to explain the situation is quickly resolved. A criminal act is being investigated. You might want to explain the extent of your involvement. You managed to get away with that. Better not try your luck too often. Crime's been committed, and this guard's decided to investigate. It seems you're free to go. For now. Crime's been committed, and this guard's decided. It seems you're free to go. A criminal act is being investigated. You might want to explain the extent of your involvement. The accusation is withdrawn. It's wisest.
Wretched thing, pull yourself together.
Gandhi who invented the steel watch.
Actually, Gortash invented the steel watch?
Stop.
great devil grows slow. I suppose we will have to see if this... You'll need to free up your ranks a little first. Then let us be about it.
Mind never quiet.
Let's go to Khan's Gums. She has the most fabulous send-off. It's perfect for a shirt.
Imagine seeing a watcher pal for the first time. Voice. What is that?
You told me.
Greetings, sir.
Oh, you can turn off the charm and
Blueberries.
I missed you.
Down below. Here's the key. Agreed. Didn't stop you.
In Farrell's...
Enter. Now go on. Right, Sommy. You're on the door till our friends are done. Gods forbid we do any business today.
lad's a little...
Geraldus isn't nervous. He's terrified. And he's easy...
I understand, Geralt. And you, Harper. Doesn't she...
Jaheira's meaning is clear. Marcus was a traitor laying a trap. The same, it seems, is happening here.
Moving.
Can you feel death's cold grip? Yes, here.
Where do I go from here?
There's blood in the air. Feel their anguish.
More
Done.
Time to push my luck again. many has she brought to Baal's side, I wonder?
How many more Harper's dead?
Did I get it?
Selune. They were tracked. Sworn.
They struck the...
I'm sure it... There is always...
No!
You've scarcely signed up, boy. And there is... I most humbly beg your pardon? You volunteer wisdom with... This mess is... And if... For...
What, by the Morden Sammel's curlies, went on down there? Of course. Oh, clear out then. I'm guessing I have some tidying to do before the steel watch squeals by. Plenty. But I'll bend Jaheira's pointy old ears when all of this is done. She'll owe me a whole casket.
Indians built this thing.
Yes, but they were...
I have heard much of the cunning and caution of the Harpers. Clearly those tales were exaggerated. Their entire network in the city has been infiltrated and undone by a handful of imposters. Little wonder the surface world is in such disarray, if they are among its protectors. I do not want... I say we put the devil from our minds and trust in our admirable ambition. But you must make room for me. Then let us go forth and conquer. Or something to that effect.
Come to bask in the glow of the Moon Maiden's sword?
Thy wheel of fate turns ever to the... Dost thou require a new ally?
I'd give up a kidney for a tour of the Steelwatch Foundry.
As if any of us would be so fortunate.
Sterling, it's very leather-like.
Oh, my heart flutters at the thought. What do you not like it? What does it feel like?
To see one of them in a fight.
We're shopping for a suit. Dinner with my parents, remember?
This armor was such a bargain. Darnish.
Feats of genius. And this
Other person with you. They enjoyed it.
Enjoyed it.
Let's go to Khan's Gardens. She has the most
Did you get to look at their gyronetic?
scent.
Or their targeting modules?
Let the man breathe. That watcher said you were lying. Did you see how far that watcher took?
Citizen, you are being accompanied by a malfunctioning...
I think you have the wrong hunk of metal.
False. Report your purpose, Steel Watcher. Why are you following these citizens unbidden? Ah. I understand your unit is a highly outdated model. The Ragnak's casement protecting your metallurgized valves is burning well outside the recommended temperature. Please report to the Steelwatch Foundry for dismantling.
Yeah. Hey, Metal Man. If I report to this foundry, can my engine be fixed?
Your make is very obsolete. Repairing your engine would be not only...
Yeah. Tell me something I don't know.
The Steelwatch Foundry is off limits to visitors. This malfunction...
Not sure. Turns out I'm the fucking prototype for these things. I'll dismantle...
Any threat to the Steelwatch is a threat to Lord Gortash.
Yeah.
You will speak of our creator, Lord Enver Gortash, with respect. You will keep your distance, Steel Watcher.
Let's make tracks before this thing gives me... Sorry, chum, can't let you through. Worms Rock's closed for the day. Valeria? Well, I'm not messing about with a murder inquiry for damn sure. Straight ahead across the bridge. A blind ogre couldn't miss it.
How else was I supposed to see the optics?
So many dark nooks.
Halt! We do not know how you gained entry, but your trespass shall not be punished. Lord Gortash has been expecting you.
The Watcher's presence fades, but another takes its place. Confident, dominant, commanding.
Greetings, old friend. Orin told me you were on your way here, but I scarcely believed it. Welcome back to Baldur's Gate. Welcome home. Allow me to formally invite you to my inauguration. Make your way to the ceremonial hall.
From Gortash. We shouldn't have any more trouble from the guards.
Make your way to the audience chamber.
Are they going to arrest us? What if they throw us in jail?
Hell's not this again.
The brain is resisting its orders. Without all three stones to control it, it will soon start acting on its own will.
To the audience chamber.
If it isn't little Will's chums. I hope he hasn't been too much trouble. Heard about his father. The Dead Three's puppet. A travesty, really. He's upstairs in Worms Rock, ordaining Gortash as Archduke. A splendid shindig, I hear. Perfect for crashing. Go on up. We'll talk after. And bring the pup along, if you can. I'd hate for him to miss the fun.
Lord Gortash is expecting you. Please make your way to the audience chamber.
Focus on my own job and leave the Steel Watchers to this.
It's shaking.
What? Oh, what are you doing in here?
You notice the gnome slip a lockpick into his pocket.
You're not a fist. Go on, get out, or I'll wake the others.
Okay, but it's not... It isn't like that. I'm not a criminal. I just needed the gold. I'm getting out of here. Taking a ferry down the coast to get me. Those bloody crooks at the docks are charging triple, though. Danger money. It's a joke. Not by boat. It's the army marching. My wife said we have to stand and fight, and I can't. I won't. I'm not made for this. Really? You'll just give it to me? Look. Hidden up on the roof, you'll find all the stuff I stole. You can have it. Thank you. I'll never forget this. Never. There's a bloody army coming.
I'm not being paid to like it. If I were you, I'd focus on my own job and leave the steel watchers to theirs.
Lord Gortash is expecting you. Please make your way to the
house was on fire.
That's why nothing's gonna happen to us. The people will tell them what happened, and we'll be home in no time.
This is the armory, not a bloody trade. This equipment isn't for sale. It belongs to the Flaming Fist. I bloody wasn't. Too busy, or I suppose you can take a look. But make it quick. Stay sharp. Stop stomping around.
I don't know, dear. I don't know. All we can do is be patient.
That thing.
Let's rehearse this one.
Lord Gortash is expecting you. Please make your way to the audience chamber. Lord Gortash is expecting you. Please make your way to the audience chamber.
Would still be stuck in the hell if it weren't for him. Have you seen the Tieflings at the Southgate? Elturel's exiles, cast out by their own city.
Kinspeople, Baldurians, friends, thank you for joining me on this exceptional day.
It's him. Gortash. This is it. I can practically taste his blood from here.
The Tiefling is letting her passions get the better of her. The situation is delicate. Do not be swept up in her emotions.
So we bide our time. But make no mistake, that monkey is mine.
A moment, please, my friends. An old acquaintance has come to pay their respects.
My respects? You're lucky I've agreed not to shove my boot up your...
My favorite assassin. I'm so glad you've returned to my side.
Hang on, what? You know each other?
We have important matters to address. My reunion with Karlach can wait. Oh, I'd forgotten. Your memories are quite lost, aren't they? Orin told me she'd made a fool of you. To think you and Karlach traveled together all this time and she hadn't the faintest you were one of my nearest and dearest. Let me clear up some mysteries then. It's about time, I think. You and I initiated this plot. We discussed in depth the failures of our predecessors and how to avoid them. We understood that if we were to unite, no one could stand in the way of the Dead Three. So, unite we did. First, we obtained the crown. Then we enslaved the brain. From there, it was but a small step to the most successful religious hoax ever perpetrated. In Baal's name, you set your bloody daggers to cause panic in the streets, killing in the Absolute's name. You would have carried out that part of the plan had Orin not ruined your hard work. Next, the threat of the Absolute's monstrous armies formed by Merkel's general, Ketheric Thorn. In such circumstances, people crave strong leaders. Leaders that bring law, order, and protection. Leaders like me, Bane's unyielding hand, author of justice. You are soon to witness the people of Baldur's Gate granting me complete power over them, all out of fear of the Absolute. The faithful will do anything in the name of their god.
It was all going so well, until you vanished. Orin informed us that henceforth she would speak for the Temple of Baal, and act on their behalf.
But she made a mess of things. Unlike you, she cannot control herself.
Hang on. What the fuck is going on here?
Have you gone soft? I find that hard to believe. One's true nature always rises to the top. When Ketheric fell, I feared the worst. That our plans would fail like so many before because of discord among ourselves. Now you've returned. We can achieve all of our dreams still. You brought Thorm's Netherstone. You know, it takes all three to control the brain. Without Thorm's, it's become vexingly willful. The quakes are a clear warning. If nobody steps in soon, it'll free itself from the authority of the Crown. I expect it'll start with turning the Sword Coasts infected. You among them. That prism of yours won't last indefinitely. Next, the grand design. The Mind Flayer Empire reborn. If we're lucky, we'll become slaves. If we're unlucky, well, a bleak prospect. But it's a fate that can be avoided if you and I renew our old partnership. Together, we can still restore authority over the brain. Ousting Orin and helping you reclaim your birthright would be my greatest honor. With Ketheric felled, Orin proves treacherous. She craves the Netherstones for her own, desperate to impress Baal. She only cares for blood, and your blood and mine are of particular interest to her. You've met her assassins. Efficient killers, by all accounts. I know you survived previous encounters. But she won't relent. Orin changes shape faster than you and I change clothes. You know, she's tricked you before. She's targeted me as well. I'm well protected, but she's extremely good at what she does. If Orin obtains all three Netherstones, she'll plunge the coast into chaos and paint the city in blood. I can't let that happen. I want to lead this city to glory, not scorch its earth. So I turn to the Scion of Baal. You are his dear prince. He created you to rule. Let's make our pact anew. A divine oath, sworn upon spirit and flesh. I do no harm to you, nor you to me. Furthermore, you'll have nothing to fear from my steel watch while our pact stands. Thorm's stone is yours to keep. When you slay Orin and take her stone, you bring it here, so the three are united once again. Together we rule Faerun as kings. No, more than kings. Gods. We rule as the absolute.
The urge, the deplorably brutal urge, sickens within you. When you level the world over, that dead world must be yours alone. But first you will rule. Then you will ruin.
What do you say? Shall we be allies?
I can detect no deceit. This alliance could serve us well. And if it does not, well, we need not honor it.
Let's be allies, said the viper to the frog.
We would not meddle in each other's affairs. This was our agreement. She came to us as Baal's chosen. We are but servants to our lords. Your presence here means your lord sees a purpose for you yet. I tolerated Orin, but I liked you.
Gortash's eyes blink in a consistent rhythm. He stands calmly, confidently. He fully intends to share his kingdom with you.
I am not Orin. I know the value of alliance. Bane teaches his followers to reward those who support his chosen, not to betray them. You and I always knew we could only stand against the world united. Orin's blind ambition failed us. She compromised you just when success seemed certain. Ketheric, his obsession with his daughter made him lose all hold on reason. They floundered, even as they tried to rise above us. We will not, cannot make that mistake if we come together in trust. What a shame to refuse the power of a... Perhaps a demonstration of why you need my help will... Your camp is compromised. What? Who, I can't say. I'd...
Take that with a grain of salt. This is Gortash we're talking to.
Let this be a warning. Orin will be your downfall, or you will be hers. I will give you time to
Tread carefully. Remember, you must do what it takes to survive, even if it means striking a deal.
Hang on. We're at a strategic disadvantage here. Better to take down those machines, then rip Gortash.
Sage advice. My steel watchers take unkind. You are of little use to me, dead. But dead is exactly what you will be. If you arouse the ire, Orin was right. You are playing the fool. With all the unthinking greed of your... Now, come. Be witness, as I make history.
Doubt casts a shadow on your mind.
Sage advice. You are of little use to me, dead. But dead is exactly what you will be. If you... This is the first step towards our glory. Distinguished dukes...
Envergord.
I swear...
Sweareth, gathered guests. Grant ye consent?
Watchers to arm!
Imperative.
Steel Watch, your time has come.
Let's have some courage.
This city is mine!
Gortash's eyes blink in a consistent rhythm. He stands calmly, confidently. He fully intends.
I am not. You and I, Orins. They floundered, even as they tried to rise above us. We will. Then let it be writ by the Black Hand of...
This isn't going to end well.
I understand your concerns, my old friend. But allow me to demonstrate why you make... Your camp is compromised. One among you is an imposter, a faceless. Who, I can't say. I'd suggest a thorough investigation. The faceless in your camp is like a knife at your throat. Remove it quickly, or any alliance between us would be exceedingly short-lived. Even horror has a home. Find her nest. The Baal Temple, your old haunt, now reeks of her ichors. Do you even remember how to find it? A shame. It's a secret even to me. You're resourceful. I trust you'll sniff it out. If the trail goes cold, follow the bodies. It's not, but it will not follow new orders when it finishes. The crown, once it is freed from its shackles, I doubt we'll ever be able to bring. Orin is elusive, shall we say. The grip of the steel watch may be tight, but some conflict. You carry the stone plucked from Merkel's chosen. Before you do, come and witness, as I make history as the first Archduke of Baldur's Gate. Then we proceed. The Distinguished Duke
Envergort.
I swear.
Swearest. Gathered guests. Grant Envergortash.
My friends, the steel watch stands ready. And you, honored guest, will find me in my office above when you return. Do not.
He looks the exact same as he did 10 years ago. Fancy a coat, I suppose. The art... You don't really intend to be his ally, do you? Gortash is your enemy, either way. This pact may delay the inevitable betrayal, but not by much. Don't let him suck you in! Oh, he paints a pretty picture, then rip... I'll play along for now, but I'm not letting him slip out of reach. He's going to pay.
Absolute army won't stand a chance.
God, it must be exhausting to be so cynical. Not as exhausting as all that boot kissing you've been doing.
Did you hear, Kin? The Absolute is on the march, but don't you worry. Milady assures me the steel watch will hold the line. There'll be nary a scratch on our scales.
Don't like it.
You're not being paid to like it. If I were you, I'd focus on my own job and leave the steel watches to theirs.
Probably a drop.
Now they call for the steel
Better. I almost believed you this time.
Are they going to arrest us? What if they throw us in jail?
Let's rehearse this one more time.
What did I tell you? A moment. And to think, you see, Gortash has had Will's father relocated. Rude. This is Gortash's game. Raven Guard's good as dead. And to think, all Is there? I know enough. Let's talk to Will in your camp. Work something out. The Duke's life depends on it.
Your tadpole quivers, revealing your discussion with Mazor.
Shit. Father's been taken, and Mazora started to scheme. By all the hounds of the hells, what is she planning? Mazora's always worth hearing out. That's what makes her so dangerous. We'll have answers soon enough. Until then, may my father keep safe, whatever coop he's been flown to.
Sorore surge, testis esto pacti me. Come, sisters, be my testament. Notum sit in beator.
Notum sit in beator.
You've heard of such devils. Sisters of justice, adjudicators of diabolical contracts and bargains.
Holy hells.
You do not call upon the sisters. They come when the hells demand witness.
Your parasite links with Will's, and your memories flow into him. He sees his father's flight from Worm's Rock and hears Mazora's words to you.
Shit. Where did Gortash send my father? How do I save him?
Sisters.
Infernos contractos te vocamus. Infernos contractos te vocamus. Infernos contractos te vocamus.
Your contract, Will. Signed in blood, forged in fire, bound in bone, but not unbreakable. A life for a life. No contract is ended without sacrifice. The cost must be paid. Will Ravengard, a choice is before you. Option 1. I show you the way to your father. I guarantee him no harm except that from you and your allies. And you pledge your soul to me and the Archdevil Zariel in a pact eternal. Option 2. I break your pact, and you are freed from your duty. Your father dies by his enemy's hand, and Baldur's Gate loses its greatest champion. Name your sacrifice.
Bloody Zariel! I won't let her take Will.
Silence, Karlak.
Mizora, you arsehole!
Choose. Addendum F. The Absolute must be avenged for the Soulbinder's detention at Moonrise. The Soulbearer retains his gifts until such time as the Absolute is slain.
You damned wretch! Father. Do it. Break the pact.
Fiat Ita.
Fiat ita. Anima ad beator.
Didn't think you had it in you. Seems my boy's all grown up. And don't go fussing about your father. You made your choice. You knew the terms. You know what? I think I'll stick around. Not for the greater good, you understand. Just for the entertainment.
Gods, I spent 7 years choked by Mazora's leash. And I spent 7 years hoping to break free. I never knew freedom could taste so bittersweet. It's a tantalizing prospect. How better to protect the frontiers than as a Grand Duke of Baldur's Gate? What? Presuming, of course, the people can stomach the leash has been broken.
A moment passes.
The Raven Guard name now lives solely with me. I will make it count for something. I signed his life away before the Hells. I'd be a fool to wish otherwise. We obtain the final 2 Netherstones and take back our...
Little Will's all grown up. I can't wait to see what trouble he gets into. Impossible. My bargain was uncommonly reasonable. A single soul for the return of Baldur's Gate's most beloved Duke. A real bargain, I should think. I never thought the legendary Blade of Frontiers would surrender. Not very valorous, if you ask me. But what does a mean old devil like me know about heroes? The Absolutists worked a number on me at Moonrise. And you're the best hope I've got at payback. No one crosses the Hell's Children without getting scorched. Oh, you are an inquisitive one. I'd have thought you'd figured by now. Zariel found new use for an old battle axe. The dead 3 in that bulging brain of theirs are a threat to more than this trifling city, you know. Savor her company. Who's to say when Zariel might change her mind? My mistress can be so capricious. The 9 hells of Beator. Each its own domain, each with its own archdevil to rule it. I call the first hell my home, Avernus. My mistress Zariel's realm, a torrid battleground split by the bloody waters of the Styx. How I adore it. The delicious agony of it all. The other 8, well, they are pleasures unto themselves. Perhaps I'll show you myself, if I deem you worthy. Correct. I didn't. If you must know, I was scouting the cultists on behalf of Zariel. But those cursed shadows were thick enough to fell even a half-fiend. I woke in that damned pod. It kept my body sealed and my most powerful magic silenced. But a brave, kind, benevolent soul set me free. Gallantry isn't dead, after all. Why? I'm supplying Will with every scrap of his infernal power. I tell you what. When the time comes to squish that big baddie of a brain, I'll lend you a hand.
I can't believe Will's given up his soul to Zariel. For a father he fell out with ages ago. There's such a thing as being too good. Someone ought to tell Will Ravengard.
I did not know Duke Ravengard that well. But I am sure he would not want his son to become slave to Zariel. I am sure Will knows that. But we would do well to remind him when his days grow dark. I don't know. But if he comes asking...
Will gave up his father to have freedom. An understandable decision. Sacrifices must be made after all. Especially if the old Duke's fall means his rise.
Will sacrificed his own father. I hope freedom from the pact.
Patricide is often the first step toward greatness. But I hope Will does not regret sacrificing his infernal powers. He is rather fond of himself. If he truly intends to be the savior of Baldur's Gate, perhaps he has reason to be. Even if I personally faced down the army of the Absolute and drove it from the city single-handedly, no matter what I do, the people of Baldur's Gate will always see me as an enemy. I do not want to be tolerated. When we have all 3 Netherstones and control the Elder Brain, all of Faerun will have reason to fear us.
We must claim the crown of Karsus for ourselves.
tadpole reveals your mind to Lae'zel. She knows you refuse.
The means to loosing the Prince of the Comet was within our grasp. Why? Chook. I wanted to follow the open valley, the easy way out. I'm annoyed by it. And I admire you for it. We'll find a way into Raphael's lair, and we'll take the Orphic hammer and smash Orphic Yisk Githkar Tafki Krashe.
Amicus animalis.
By order of Lord Baldur, all livestock admitted to the city must be surrendered. All livestock is now property of the council.
Stain on the peace and prosperity of this great city.
Eyes front and keep your nose clean, newcomer. A noose and a short drop is how we deal with troublemakers. Careful. Now run along. Cultists.
There's more flaming fists on the streets than ever. Maybe they'll whip the place into shape.
They're too busy visiting Mamselle's guys and gals.
They do that quite a bit, don't they?
Commander Portier, acting marshal of the
Your tools were stolen, right? No, you...
What's that?
Right off.
Got on back. Brace yourself. That felt great.
Come to have a go.
An air of decay hangs over the...
Gold first. Then you can hit me. Plenty. Lots of angry people in this city. Go on. So, you having a go or not?
Gods, this is the first time in 200 years I've seen these streets in the sun. You can forget just how much color there is in the world. Yes, of course. Obviously. Sorry, did you want something?
Back for more? I don't mind. So long as you're paying. Tried that once. Better this way. So, you having a go or not? Then move!
What's the first thing you want to do after we settle in?
Oh, you? I know you. How delightful to meet in person. Though, you're shorter than I expected. With grandiose delusions like that, you'll fit perfectly in. My name's Estra Stir, journalist. I speak to the people of Baldur's Gate, so our readers don't have to.
Differently after some
The pair of you. When the time comes, or preferably before.
Come on, old chap. I know you're hurting, but it won't bring her back.
I just don't want to lose anyone else, all right?
You won't lose us. We've come this far, haven't we? Whatever happens, we'll be right here with you.
I hope so. I really do.
Let's spill some blood.
Safe and the army of the Absolute can't be more than a few days away.
My victims await.
Steel watchers to get through.
That's the spirit. Next stop, Baldur's Gate's cushiest end. Oh. Some bones I didn't know I...
First thing you want to do after we settle in?
It's been a 10 day, or maybe 2.
Aren't you hungry?
I can eat in bed.
I just want somewhere has good food and beer. Don't think I'll be able to sleep without a decent drink. You do realize we can't stay here forever, don't you? It might slow the army of the Absolute down, but they'll get through them sooner or later.
Let's take it one day at a time, eh? You might feel differently after some food and rest.
Fools! The pair of you. Just be ready to leave when the time comes. Or preferably before.
Come on, chap. I know you're hurting, but it won't bring her back, will it?
I know it will. I just don't want to lose anyone else, all right?
You won't lose us. We've come this far, haven't we? Whatever happens, we'll be right here with you.
I hope so.
Look! Just look! We're finally here!
Safe for now. The army of
Such a misery goes. We're here now. We've got city walls and steel watchers.
Impero! TV! Next stop, Baldur, cushiest end.
Impero.
Guts and bones I didn't know I had. Or maybe two.
Aren't you hungry?
I can eat in
I'll be able to sleep without decent sleep. You do realize we can't stay here forever, don't you?
Unleash me.
Let's take it one day at a time, eh? Might feel different from the others.
The pair of you. Just be ready to leave when the time comes.
I know you're hurting, but it won't bring her back, will it?
The army of
Walls and steel.
That's the spirit. Next stop, Baldur Gates, cushiest bones I didn't know I had.
I just hope somewhere has it. Sleep without You do realize we can't
Impero, TV!
Those walls will slow the army of the absolute down, but they'll get through them
grievous
sooner or later.
Impero. One day at a time, eh? You might feel differently after some due rest.
Fools! The pair of you. Just be ready to leave when the time comes. Or preferably
Chap, I know you're hurting, but it won't bring her back, will it?
I know. I just don't want to lose anyone else, all right?
You won't lose us. We've come this far, haven't we? Whatever happens, we'll be right here with you.
I I hope so. I really do.
Your command.
We're finally here.
Safe for now, at least. The army of the Absolute can't be more than a few days away.
It's such a misery, Guts. We're here now, aren't we? City walls and stair watchers to get through.
That's the spirit. Next stop, Baldur's Gate's cushy. Oh, aches and bones I didn't know I had.
What's the first thing you want to do after we settle in?
Sleep for a Sunday, or maybe two.
Aren't you hungry?
I can eat in bed.
I just hope somewhere has good dwarven beer. Don't think I'll be able to sleep without a decent drink. You do realize we can't stay here forever, don't you? Might slow the army of the Absolute down, but they'll get through them sooner or later.
Let's take it one day at a time, eh? I feel differently after some food and rest.
Fools! The pair of you. Just be ready to leave when the train comes, or preferably before.
Come on, old chap. I know you're hurting, but it won't bring her back, will it? Impero!
Just don't want to lose anyone else, all right?
Haven't we? Right here with you.
I hope so.
We're finally here. We're safe.
Safe for now, at least. The army of the Absolute can't be more than a few days away.
But we're here now, aren't we? Now they've got city walls and steel watchers to get through.
That's the spirit. Next stop, Baldur's Gate's cushiest inn. Bones I didn't know I had.
What's the first thing you want to do after we settle in?
Sleep for a 10-day, or maybe two.
Aren't you hungry?
I just hope somewhere has good dwarven beer. Don't think I'll be able to sleep without a decent drink. Don't you? Those walls might slow the army of the Absolute. They'll get through them sooner or later.
Let's take it one day at a time, eh? You might feel differently after some food and rest.
Fools! The pair of you. Just be ready to leave when the time comes.
It hurts!
thirst for combat.
Down the hatch.
I hate to rest while our enemies still draw breath.
You two must submit to Lord Gortash if you are to be saved. Wise and merciful Lord Gortash, we give thanks to you. We know you will drive back the army of the Absolute and raise our city to its pinnacle. We stand with you and for you. Our lives are yours, and our enemies are forfeits. You shall bring us, true children of the gate, into the light.
Lightbringer Gortash!
Crush our enemies without mercy!
Hail Lord Gortash! Hail the Still Lords! Edvard used to do such a good job to shake his own ashes until he didn't touch on how the watchers do.
That's just it. The Steel Watch don't...
Submit to Lord Gortash. Submission is salvation.
Gortash just
Only Lord Gortash can protect us from the world-ending monstrosity of the Absolute. As the Absolute's forces stalk ever closer, Take solace in its brilliance, and know that we will be protected. And know that those who oppose Lord Gortash will burn in the all-consuming radiance of the one true light. Hail, Lord Gortash!
Death to the Absolute! Long live Lord Gortash and the Steel Watch!
I've no qualms about the quality of the punch. I've always enjoyed reading myself.
Don't tell our writers that. Their egos are big enough as it is.
She's rather dull today. This was
Once Gortash clears up the cultists.
Who will save us from certain destruction?
Lord Gortash!
And how will we step into his new and brilliant dawn?
Lightbringer Gortash will show us the way!
And what will happen to those who oppose us?
People don't always know their own
They'll
mind.
be burned by the one true light!
We're an honest publication.
Gortash is a vision, sure enough. He's delivered, yes. These tax hikes are enough to make my eyes.
Oh, wise and merciful Lord Gortash! We give thanks.